Okay. Hello.
Hi.
How are you? How's it going?
It's going great.
Welcome to
Cloned.
Cloned.
Hi.
That was a lot more chill.
Yeah. It's 9 p.m. now. And it's not gonna be cloned.
We've been working for years at this point, so we're just
Right.
really chill now.
We are, yeah. We're gonna light up a cig after this, Chill out.
It's
Chillax.
time.
I wasn't gonna say it. Well, I just did.
Wait, what's the thing we said today?
What did we say?
It was
Shaky?
shaky. Wait, I have it
Shaky.
right
No,
here.
I texted it to you. What was it?
I have it. Shaky Loco.
I'm Shaky Loco.
Why don't we say that at all?
Why isn't that
Why has nobody
tattooed
thought
on
of this
me?
before? Shaky Loco. I want to go Shaky Loco.
I'm Shaky Loco. Don't with me, Holmes.
All right. This is episode 3 of Cloned. Today we actually have a topic to talk about. Um
We sure do.
and we'll get to that
Later.
later. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. I'm feeling very chill right now.
Me
Unlike the last
too.
episode where I was so chaotic. Sorry,
That
guys.
was a chaotic
It was
episode.
a lot of chaoticism.
Our second episode, we were like, well, anyone who watches us, they must be comfortable with us now.
We're like, well, let's just say whatever the hell we want. Who gives
Let's
a
just say
fuck?
we want a baby to die. Which is not true.
I was not thinking in that episode. Like, I
I
was
wasn't
literally just
either.
speaking. And then when it was over, when the camera was off, I was like, wait, what did I say again?
I mean, my answer still remains the same, but
No, same. But we were trying to say that we were so comfortable that we just let it all out.
shout, shout, let it all out.
These
These
are
are the
the earth
things I
and the
can do without. Come on.
We
I'm
sing the whole
talking
song.
the whole song. It's like 3 minutes and 45 seconds of us just going through the
They're
whole
like,
thing.
skip. Then you're still singing. Skip. You're still singing.
Anytime I have heard someone sing and it's just been like in a small room or like just low key like one on one or whatever, I just don't know what to do with myself.
It is uncomfortable.
Yeah. Like what are you supposed to do? Like
It's giving like this has never happened to me, but I've heard so many stories of girls going on dates and then they just start
yeah.
rapping.
Yeah. Wait, you've heard actual stories of that?
Yeah, my ex best friend, she had a story like that.
He was rapping at her?
Yeah, on the second date.
That was us last episode, second episode.
She was like, bitch. And then she told me that he took her to the view and they were parked and they were trying to have like a deep conversation and then he was like, can I share with you something? And he just started rapping to her.
Stop. Can I share something with you? When I was 12, my mom like that's
No, dead
crazy.
ass. That's how she described it.
That's insane.
I know.
I don't know what I would do. I would have jumped off the view. I would have been like, well, a parachute like ejects from
I
my
would have faked
backpack.
like a medical emergency. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god, I think what did we eat? I think I'm having an allergic reaction. Like, you should really take me home. He's like, wait, I can take you to the hospital. You're like, no, no, it's
No,
fine. Like, I have an EpiPen
no
at
more.
home. Like, just take me home,
Just
please.
wait. Wait, we went to the mussel restaurant? I'm allergic to shellfish. I can't believe I didn't realize this before.
It just occurred to me right now in this moment, even though dinner was 3 hours ago. Like, sometimes it's a delayed reaction,
Oh
you know?
my god. When I ordered the linguine with clams, I forgot I was allergic to
I'm
clams.
dead.
Oh my god. I can't imagine. Well, some foreshadowing for our topic today.
That part.
We'll get into that soon. I
We
think I would literally freak the fuck out.
I think that I would either burst out into laughter or
I don't
literally have to fake something and get out of it. I can't sit there and endure that.
mid rap, you're like, sorry, I have to take this. Sorry, you keep going, it's fine. Oh my
He's like,
god.
But I'm getting to the best part.
But I'm getting to the part about where my dog got hit by a car.
Oh my
Sorry.
god.
Sorry.
I'm getting to the part where I got RPC. It was like a building block in my life.
I'm getting to the part where I sprained my ankle at the apple orchard. That's actually something that happened to me. But
You sprained your ankle at the apple orchard?
yeah,
Well, don't leave us hanging. Give us the deets.
when I was 11.
I'm dead.
I was skipping through the apple orchard, and then my ankle was just like, God was like, no.
I don't know what's worse, your sprained ankle story at the apple orchard or mine at Zumba.
No, you did?
I sprained my ankle at Zumba in
Wait,
2023.
maybe you told me about this.
I
I
did,
think you
and it
did,
swelled
yeah.
up like a balloon.
I
Did
can't
yours
believe
swell?
that. I think so. It wasn't crazy, like it wasn't a bad sprain, but I had to wrap it and they took x-rays and all that. So
Like, and
I
I
had to
never
be
went back.
carried.
Did you?
It was dramatic, yeah. But my parents were like, "Wait, before we go, we should get some apple cider donuts for the road." And so I just had to wait there with my sprained ankle.
I fully thought you were gonna say, "Wait, we have to get some family photos."
No, wait.
You were like, "Would you rather sprain your ankle at an apple orchard
Or at Zumba.
or at a Zumba class?"
Honestly, did you have to? How did you leave?
It was really embarrassing. It wasn't because I was like in one of the front rows. I think I was like in the second row, and I fully fell. Like I didn't just sprain my ankle;
No.
it rolled under my foot, and I fell to the ground. And
Mm-mm.
people had to help me up.
Oh my
And all you
god.
hear in the background is like that one JLo song. It's like, "Let's get loud, let's get loud," and I was on the
Da-da,
ground,
da-da-da.
and I
Oh my
tried to
god.
keep dancing like nothing happened. Uh-huh. And it was hurting. Like it was
Let's
throbbing pain. So I had to like
no.
shimmy out the back.
All right. It was good to see you guys. Thanks. Thanks for helping me out.
And I did.
Let's get loud. Let's get loud. Da-da.
I
Pick
sprained
the
my
zilla
ankle.
off out the ground.
No, that was good. So I guess we both
Anyways,
sprained our ankles.
we did.
We're like kindred spirits.
I thought you were gonna say we were.
What?
I thought you were gonna say we're like the Kendrick Lamar of spraining ankles, and I don't know what that would even mean.
Bitch, I'm Kendrick Lamar.
That's so funny.
Mustard on a beat, bitch.
Mustard! Ow!
Well, I guess us singing mustard
Mustard!
is a good segue into
Song
Song of the Week.
Do,
Song
do,
of the
Wait!
Week. I
Song of-
changed it.
That was good. I'm gonna let you handle it next time because I totally fucked it up.
It's
That
gonna
was
be
good.
different every single time.
I'll let you handle that. 'Cause
You're gonna be
know-
surprised. You're not gonna know
Oh.
what to expect every episode. Next time I'm gonna come and I'm gonna sing it opera like Pavarotti.
You're gonna be like, Song of the Week! Da, da, da. That's so stupid.
Your voice sounded so funny. Song of the Week.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh wait, before we proceed, should we address the fact that on Spotify it says we're a beauty channel?
Oh, we should. That's my fault. When I was publishing our podcast on Spotify, I don't know how, but I accidentally put us as a beauty channel. I like it said fashion and beauty, and I don't know how that happened. I was probably just rushing. I was like so excited to publish the episode. I was like, oh my god, whatever, yeah, beauty, whatever.
we're fashionable. We're beautiful. Why not?
It fits. And I thought I could easily go change it, which I did. I went to go change it in the settings. If I go and check, it's still highlighted like checkmark comedy. But if you go on Spotify, it doesn't show. It still shows as a beauty podcast. I don't know why. I tried contacting Spotify about it. They were no help. So just know that this is gonna be more of a comedy
If
and
you're here
like
for beauty, I mean, you can look, but we can't really give you much advice.
yeah, sorry.
Sorry. But it's okay, accidents happen. It is what it is. So, we hope to be your new favorite beauty channel.
Even beautiful people make accidents.
Can you believe? Okay, anyways.
I'll let you go for song of the week first.
Okay, so my song of the week, I literally told you this earlier. It's Kaylani by Jordan Adetunji. I believe that's how you say his last name, but I'm not sure.
Ooh.
Um, I like the way your body is. It's okay. This song has been out for a while, and I know it blew up on TikTok and all that. That's like basically where I found the song, and I was like, oh, I actually like this. But yeah, I know I'm not new to this. Wait, what? I don't know.
New to what? Listening to the song?
I am. I don't know.
I know I'm not new to this. I know I'm not new to listening to this song.
I don't know where I was going with that. I don't know what I meant by that. I know.
Were you singing the song? I know that I'm not new to this. I'm dead. She.
Oh my god, sorry. I know I'm not new to this. I don't know what I could have possibly meant by that. Dude, sometimes I feel like there's like a little alien in my brain and it's like, yeah, it's just like typing shit. Like
Is that a lyric in the song?
no, I don't
No,
know.
I'm not new to this.
No, it's not. I think I meant the song's been out for a while. And I'm aware that it's been out for a while. For some
I
reason
know
I
that
said
I'm not new to this.
I know that I'm not new to this. Oh my god. It's
Oh, it's a banger. She showed it to
it
me today.
is.
This is my first time hearing it, and
She's
I
new
was
to
like,
this.
"I'm new to this."
And I know I'm not. Maybe that's what I meant. I don't know. But
Oh.
I'm not I know the song has been out for a while. And I'm aware of that.
I have that knowledge.
But I'm trying to get myself to consistently go to the gym. And I went to the gym
Mm.
yesterday and I put that song on. And it really helped me. It really motivated me.
Yes, Jim
It made me feel
Baddie.
like a gym baddie. And so I was
Mm.
like, okay. So I think that's my song of the week for that reason. So
Hell
yeah.
yeah. I
It's a good
just heard
song.
it. She showed it to me earlier, and it's a banger. I think I'm gonna add it to my gym playlist as well.
Yes.
Mine is like so different. Mine is very slow and kind of a ballad. It's Hampstead by Ariana Grande. I think it's Hampstead. It just came out a few days ago. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called.
Oh,
It's the
slay.
last song on Ariana Grande's deluxe album of Eternal Sunshine. You don't really listen to her, huh?
I don't I have a friend who in high school he listened to her a lot. I heard a lot of it was like the Thank You Next era, like Seven
um,
Rings kind of that kind of
that's
vibe.
honestly probably my least favorite era of hers.
Oh.
You know how I referred last week to Arianators?
Yeah.
Arianators? I low key think I'm becoming one. Lowest of keys. I think I'm becoming one because I think I'm just like waking up and realizing how immensely talented that woman is.
You're waking up. I don't
Ah.
blame you, honestly. I feel like she's gonna gain a lot. I mean, she's already super, super famous, but I feel like she's gonna gain even more popularity because of her ability to act and like kill it in that
Mhm.
role. So I've
And
heard, I haven't seen
yeah,
it.
she's an amazing actress too. That's like a whole other side of her talent. I'm just like, this woman is so talented. And like going back to this song specifically, it's just I love how stripped down it is because the whole album's kind of like you've heard We Can't Be Friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most of the album is kind of like that. It's a little bit upbeat, but
Mm-hmm.
this song is so beautiful. It's like the perfect amount of melancholy. It's stripped down. It's just the piano and her voice and it's so
Oh
angelic.
my
And
god.
it's gorgeous. I love it so much. And at the end, she has like a little acapella moment and I almost cry at just how
Really?
beautiful it sounds. And there's one lyric in there where she says, what is it? Oh, she's like,
I know I'm not new to this.
or she's like, I know I'm not new
New
to
to
this.
this.
I'm dead. She's like, I'd rather feel everything than nothing every time. And it's
Oh,
such a simple sentiment, and it like
could not be me.
hit me. It resonated. I was
Oh
like, that
my
is
god,
so beautiful.
that's really good. Oh, she's good.
Oh,
Oh,
she's
she's
good.
good.
Say what you want about the woman. She's talented. There's no
She
denying
is.
that.
She
And you know
is.
what I was thinking about? She's one of the only singers, like female singers of this generation who's still relevant. Because have you noticed that all the other pop girlies that are coming out are like getting replaced like that?
Like,
I'll give you an example because I was thinking about it. I feel like Olivia Rodrigo was everywhere for a moment in
hmm,
time, and now it's Sabrina Carpenter
true.
taking her place. Like,
And Chaperone and
yeah.
stuff. I could totally see that. No, that's true. I was listening to a podcast earlier called Sad Boys. This is the only male podcast I will listen to because they were talking about masculinity and it kind of goes with um, what we're going to talk about later.
Tea.
They were talking about how like everyone's feed is so catered to them now where it's like somebody could not know who Sabrina Carpenter is. That was the example that they were talking about. Like
Mm,
somebody was like, how do you not know who Sabrina Carpenter is? But they were saying like, oh, um everybody's feed is so like catered to their own taste now. Like you could literally go so long without knowing who somebody is no matter how famous they are.
that's true.
So I feel like it's that too. It's like they're fitting into people's niches because I feel like they're also very different. Like Olivia Rodrigo was, I feel like a little more,
Like Avril Lavigne, like
yeah,
punk pop. That's
yeah.
true.
And then Sabrina Carpenter, it's very like cutesy, but like still kind of sexy and
Mm,
like feminine. And
mhm.
then Chapel Roan, it's almost like a little more, for lack of a better term, like artsy, I
Yeah,
guess,
yeah.
like alternative.
That makes sense. But
So.
I think I tend to compare them because they were
Mhm.
both like Disney Channel girls, the Olivia Rodrigo and Sabrina Carpenter. And I just
True.
remember like Olivia Rodrigo being everywhere on my socials
Yeah.
when she came out with her debut album. Then she kind of like died down. I didn't hear much from her.
Mm.
Even after she like came out with her sophomore album, I still didn't hear much of her. And then
Mhm.
that same level of like exposure that I had with Olivia, it was happening with Sabrina.
That's
And
very
it just feels
true.
like they're not build like the music industry isn't building the pop stars to last anymore.
That's very true. I know. I wonder, like in the long run, how it's gonna work because I don't doubt that they're gonna be, still super famous for the rest of their lives. But I think they are catering music to like blow up on TikTok or something, or
That's
just
what
like
it is.
gain traction. Yeah, for like the I don't know, so they can capitalize off of it like super fast and super quick.
That's what it is.
Mhm.
You hit it on the nose.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I think the internet has really just changed and shifted the music industry so much in a
Mhm.
way that I could have never even imagined, like
Same.
growing up.
Yeah, I agree.
Wow, that's a good deep dive.
Anyways, that's our songs of the week.
Songs of the week.
That was the Wicked version. That was really good.
Songs of the week.
That was so good. Mustard.
Mustard.
Da, da, da.
What would you do if you
So
were watching
funny.
the Grammys and Cynthia Erivo came out and she was like, and now DJ Mustard.
I really wish she would have. I wish she would have done that because that would have been the most amazing moment in pop culture history in a very
That
long time.
would have maybe topped
Adele
Adele
Dazeem.
Dazeem. I like how we were both thinking the exact same. The wickedly talented
Adele
Adele Dazeem.
Dazeem. He said wickedly.
He
They do kind
did.
of.
Oh my
Oh my god.
goodness.
Nothing will top. So far, nothing has topped
Nothing.
Adele Dazeem.
Not even close.
Not even close.
All right.
Okay.
So now we're moving on to everyone's favorite segment,
Bitch.
bitch. Our bitch moments of the week. I will go first because I have a feeling yours is better than mine. Again! 3 for 3.
It's
Okay.
not necessarily as cohesive of a story. It's just kind of the whole night. I went out
It's a-
again, you guys.
Well,
Rookie
shit.
mistake. Well,
Well, shit. Okay.
anyways, go ahead.
So my bitch moment of the week is literally it's not I'm noticing that it's not big things that happen to me. It's very tiny things that make me go bitch.
Hmm.
So I was watching a YouTube video. I think it was like Desperate Housewives final table reading or something. And the ad
Oh no.
was an ad for it was a trailer for the live action Lilo and Stitch movie.
No way. What?
And the following
Stop.
video that I watched, it was another video that I was watching like right after that. And the trailer for that was the live action adaptation of Snow White.
Oh, right.
And I had to pause the video. And I sat back and thought to myself, bitch, enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Enough. I am down on bended knees begging Hollywood to stop with the live action adaptations. I've had it.
Mm-hmm.
They're never as good as the original.
Mm-hmm.
Um and it's just a they just suck most of the time, honestly.
They
They
just
really
can
do.
suck. No,
And
they
I'm just
do.
like I'm so tired of all the remakes and then just the sequels and I'm like where's the originality? That writer strike in
Seriously.
2023 really took its toll on the film industry
Oh,
because
for sure.
I feel like
Tell me about it.
everyone in Hollywood is just running out of ideas. They're like,
Hmm.
what cartoon from 50 years ago can I make
Seriously.
a live action out of? Bitch, they're doing a live action How to Train Your Dragon.
Why?
That's what I'm
They had
asking.
like a play of that.
Did they?
They did, and I went once.
Was it good?
It was actually very impressive because all the dragons were animatronic.
You were
And
like,
like
they actually brought in real dragons.
all
It
the
was
dragons were
really,
real. So
it's so
it was
impressive.
really impressive. I don't even know where they got them from.
I'm dead. But it's
Dragons
like
are us.
unnecessary, right? To make
No,
a film of
it
How to Train Your
is.
Dragon. And then there's Lilo and Stitch, and then there's Snow White, and then there was just Mufasa. And then what
Mm-hmm.
else? They're doing a live action Moana.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they are?
They are.
Why?
I
They
That's
just
what I want to know
dude, they just came out
with
with
Moana
some of
too.
these.
I know.
Like,
I know. Like
why
Moana came out in like what, 2017?
yeah, like why do we want to see another one but the one that's not very good?
Exactly.
What?
And I'm just like, I can you name one live action adaptation that's better than the original? Crickets. It doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, bitch, please, enough.
Mm-hmm.
Enough. Where's the originality? Like we need you know how we were talking about Roald Dahl last week? I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, we need those kinds of minds with
Yes.
those like brilliant original ideas that make you
Mm-hmm.
actually want to go to the theater. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, am I going to end up seeing Lilo and Stitch? Honestly, probably.
If I'm
Just
being real,
because
I want to see who they cast as the big sister.
my niece and nephew, well, my boyfriend's niece and nephew, they really want to see it. And so I'll probably go see it with
They did the
them.
live action Dora too.
I forgot about that bitch.
And they had
Enough.
boots. Spoilers for live action Dora, if you care. Um, they had boots. They had him with like a monkey voice the whole time, like, and then, sorry, you know how a monkey sounds.
Boots.
But then they had him talk, and or no, wait, yeah, I think it was Boots. Yeah, and they had him
Yeah.
talk, and he had like a deep ass voice, and he was like Dora. Like it was so scary. It was so
He's like,
scary.
Dora.
I
See, that's
know.
so unnecessary. I am. I I've had it.
It's
Please.
really bad.
So, bitch, enough with the live action adaptations. Give us
That is so
good
true.
ass original movies and stories again.
They're really like saturating the market
They
with
are.
adaptations for
When
no
I
reason.
know when I went to go see Wicked in theaters, I was sitting there. I got there super early, and so I saw all the trailers, and 90% of them were either sequels or live adaptation remakes.
Dude, this is something that pisses me off as a film major. They're just capitalizing off of what they know will make money because it's like you've seen this before, but how about we do it this way instead? And it doesn't
Mm.
have to be good. The quality, I mean, I don't know, maybe the animation or the CGI quality is good, but like the story quality isn't good. It's just recycled and it doesn't have the same amount of heart in it. And there's so many people out there such as myself, or just like, people who want to break into the film industry and have so many unique, super cool ideas, like even like my professors and stuff like that who have shared some of their ideas with us. I'm like, oh my God, that would be so cool. But like, nobody wants to pick it up because it's not going to make them money. It's really crazy. I mean, I feel like it's always been this way, but like, I don't know. I feel like it's worse,
No, you're
you know?
so right. And as you were saying this, I'm like, bitch, you're just giving more reason to not go see these movies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till Lilo and Stitch is on Disney Plus, TBH.
This is why I like A24.
Same. I
A24,
love A24. We were
they're
talking
like,
about it earlier.
yeah, they're like the only, I feel like, studio that has good, I don't know, they have like good
Like,
ideas, unique
yeah,
ideas. They're not
good.
afraid to take chances. That's a really good bitch moment because
Thank you.
I agree.
I knew
That's,
you would. I was like, my film major bitch. She'll agree with me on this one.
oh yeah. All right. I'm gonna keep it short this time because it's really not like one big thing like last week. It's
Mm.
just kind of a few little things. So the girls and I went out last night.
Well, that's good.
Well, um, so it was again same group of us, me, my roommate, and our friend, same friend. We get to our destination. We start walking to the bar, but it's kind of a little bit of a walk, like a few minute walk. And this guy on like an electric scooter, we're just walking down the street. This guy in an electric scooter is coming the other way, and he passes by us, and he goes, "What's up, hoes?" And then we just start laughing, and he's driving past us. He does not. He looks back and he's like laughing because we're laughing, I think, and then he just keeps going. It was
Dude,
crazy
nothing good can come of a grown man on an
on an
electric
electric
scooter.
scooter.
Nothing.
And then we go into the bar, different bar. We're there for a while.
You're
This
like, the bouncer's like, "What's up, hoes?"
I know,
I
literally everyone's like,
know.
"What's up, hoes?" This dude comes up to us. His eyes are huge. He's like bugging out. I swear. He was like on some snow or something like that cuz I was like, this guy is not sober. Like he's not slurring his words, but he's like so excited and so hyper and like his eyes are huge. Like it's crazy. Like
Me when I
super
drank
wide.
a bang one time.
No, literally. Me when I drink that gorilla mind, that's crazy.
Monkey brain.
Monkey brain, that's crazy.
I'm dead.
But he comes up to us and he's just like, I just want to say thank you so much. Like for we just entered this bar. Thank you so much for making our entrance like worthwhile or something like that. And he was mentioning how they were new or him and his friends were not from here, and he was like, our Uber driver is basically like our tour guide, and we're just like, we just wanted to say thank you, and you guys are like, you're all so beautiful. And then he goes down like the line of us. He's like, you are beautiful this way, you are beautiful like that way. He goes like this and that, and then he goes to me and he was like, and you, I mean, I'm just gonna say it. You're like a model. And I was like, oh, brother, get out of here. Like, we were just so.
See, this is it. I feel like men are like, "Oh, we can't win." Like either we compliment you too much or don't compliment you enough. That's clearly over the top.
Seriously. No,
It's
and
obvious.
he was like grabbing my arm too. I mean, not like hard,
Immediately
but
no.
he was just like and I was like,
Get the
no,
get the
literally. My roommate was real as fuck. She showed no emotion. Like me and our friend,
I
we were
can so see
laughing.
that.
No, literally. We were laughing, but she was just like, fuck do you want? You know? So that was real.
She's like, "Where the fuck is my bear spray, bitch?"
No, literally the gel. Eh. But then he's just like, you guys want to see something? And we were like,
He pulls a
what?
rabbit out of a hat.
No, literally. He pulls out a top hat. It's a live rabbit. Like, it's
He
Bugs
has like
Bunny.
a live dove.
I
Comes
know he just flies somewhere in the
He's like,
bar.
and then he goes back and it's two doves.
He's like, wait, there's another one. He like pulls in his sleeve and there's a bunch of scarves. This is also like our third time talking about magicians.
Lots of reoccurring
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 themes of
things.
drivers and magicians. Um, but he's like, do you guys want to see something? And we're like, what? Like, do we have a choice? Because he's already reaching for whatever. And it's this like folder or something. And he opens it and it's pictures that he got with Chippendales models. And in one of there's two pictures. In one of the pictures, he's shirtless and holding both of them up, like one arm each. He has a man. And the next one, they're both holding him by the legs, basically, so his legs are like facing the camera. Like his legs are spread open to the camera. I mean, his shirt is on in this picture for some reason. And
He's
then
just
he
like
has pants.
carrying these cunty diva pictures around
Yeah, and then
in
he's
his
like,
jacket, like they're his
yeah,
ID.
yeah. I was like, uh, okay, and he was like, "This is my best work." Like this is like basically talking about it like
He's a
it's
male
my
model or
art or
something.
whatever. I don't know. I was like, okay. So
This
that
is
was
like an
kind of
episode of Sex in the City.
no, seriously, like, do you want to see something? Like it's so weird. And so yeah, that happened.
You know, he was so excited to show you those
He
two.
was and he
He's
just
like,
would
"Oh shit!
oh,
Wait till they see
and he
this."
kept saying to our friend, he was like, "You and me, we're gonna go home after this. You and me, we're gonna get married later. Like we're gonna go, we're gonna go and get married after this." And we were like, "Says who? Says who?"
Bitch, your fake lap. Married. You're hilarious, buddy.
You're funny.
You're a
So,
magician
yeah.
and a
No,
comedian.
literally. And he was like, "I love you guys." He was like shaking our hands and I went like this just to be like a bitch. And then he was like, "Oh. Oh." She went like this. "You British ass bitch." And I was like, "British?
Who is this diva?
Who is this diva?" He was
There's no way this
much
man
too
is
much.
straight, right?
I don't think so, but I don't know.
The sass and the pictures.
He said that the Chippendales photos like aroused him. So, yeah.
So
But
not straight.
I don't think so, or at least like bisexual.
Hmm.
But
That makes him like a little
he
bit more
was
tolerable, but
but
he
he was
still
hitting
sounds
on our
normal.
friend. He was saying, "Oh, you and me we're going to get married or whatever." So,
Why is this
I
going
think
on for
he's
so long?
I think he's bi.
He's like overstaying his welcome. He should just.
No, seriously, he kept talking and he knew he was addressing it. He was like, "Oh, I don't know,
He's
just
like,
like
"Am I
kind of."
annoying you guys?" Anyway, so I have some other pictures in my
I know.
portfolio.
He like pointed to my roommate and he was like, "She's like, when's this guy gonna leave?" And I was like, "Yeah,
Hey, at
when?"
least he's self-aware.
No,
Somewhat.
he was self-aware, but like he didn't do anything about it. That's the worst part. Like
Did he end up leaving? This sounds like it's going on way too
he was
long.
going so after that he like went over to different people. So he was kind of like doing this to everybody low key.
Yeah, he's definitely not sober. Or maybe
Yeah.
he's just that crazy naturally.
We saw him do that thing with another dude where like they lock arms back to back and then they like he like lifts him on his back.
Oh, that's such a
So
dude thing.
yeah, so he did that. So
He
yeah.
showed you just see him going around the bar. He's like, you
Who
don't
wants
hear anything. You just see him be like,
He's like, I haven't been picked up or picked someone up in like 2 hours since the Chippendales thing. So
I'm
please,
dead.
somebody.
He like shows
So
the bartender, "Can I have a tequila soda?" Oh, and look at this. He shows him the
he's like,
picture.
he tries to tap it instead of his credit card. He's
I'm
like,
dead. He's
it
like,
goes through somehow. Like, what?
if it declines, he's like, "That's weird. This
That's
picture's worth
weird.
$1 million."
I know. No, literally. But
Dang.
anyways, that was my bitch moment because there's just like so many crazy chaotic vibes when like going out, especially obviously with men, like my story last week, but it was just I was like, bitch, can we calm down? Can we just,
Please.
you know what? And we did get approached multiple times by other people. Not one of them offered to buy us a drink. So I think it really is an epidemic that's like spreading.
We need a cure. What's the cure to this epidemic?
I would think a tequila soda, but nobody wants to spend their money on one. So I don't know.
Dang. I get
Anyways,
there's just really like I'm noticing that the root of all these issues is men.
man.
Yikers.
Yeah, we don't need to.
He sounds so chaotic.
He was
He
a
was on
crazy energy.
something.
We all after that went to the bathroom and all of us were like like we just exhaled because it was just
So
a
cute.
crazy like so like stressful
I just imagine him if he danced, like dancing like Ross and
vibe.
like have you ever seen that episode of Friends? I think it's New Year's Eve and Ross and Monica are like
Yes,
dancing the whole
yes.
night.
They're in like the dance competition.
Yeah, that's how I
Yes.
imagine him dancing as Ross.
Yes,
He's
and
like
they're like, yeah. No, he wanted that. He wanted one of us to be his dance partner, but it just was not happening. Like, you just can't approach people like that. And I understand some people are just not self aware, but he clearly was. And then he just went around doing that to other people too. And like, people do this all the time. And I'm sick
like
of it.
leave the chaotic energy at home. That's a little bit too
Like, we
much.
can have a fun, chaotic time, but
Yeah.
this is not fun when we feel like we can't get away from you. And you're this big dude, like, he was tall and stuff. And like, um, we just were like, okay, well, how do we get ourselves out of this situation?
You
That's not
just have
fun.
you have to pull an Eddie. Like, we're gonna
Yeah,
buy you guys drinks. We'll
you
be
stay
right
right
back. You
here.
stay right
You
there.
keep playing
Room.
pool.
Room. And this time it's like three girl shaped walls. I mean,
I know.
three girl shaped holes in the wall.
Yes, exactly.
Kind of segues, like speaking about to men, into
Hmm.
our
Topic
topic for the episode, which is all things relationships.
relationships. Woohoo!
Yeah.
I have a feeling, I told Priscilla this the other day. I have a feeling we're going to have to do at some point in the future another episode about relationships because there's so much to cover. We reached out to our friends and asked them like what they wanted to see talked about and like
Mhm.
things we should elaborate on with
Yeah.
this topic. So these are what the people want to know.
And the
Um,
people are gonna get what the people want.
exactly.
What the
Maybe
people
not
ask
all
for.
in this episode, but
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do a part two in the future because there's just so much to unpack.
yeah, for sure.
I guess like a little background information. We're both in
Relationships.
relationships. We're both in like pretty committed relationships.
Hmm.
I've been with my boyfriend for a long ass time, and
You're more than pretty committed. You're
yeah,
locked in.
we're like basically married pretty much,
Hmm.
just not in the eyes of the law, which is a whole other thing that I could get into because you know that there's people like, oh my god, you guys have been
Yeah.
together this long and you haven't been
See?
married. That's a whole other thing. Like, I don't really care that much about marriage because if you think about it, like, I feel like I really am married to him and he's married to me. Like, I'm his wife in so many ways, just not legally. And I'm
Hmm.
like, so why does that even matter? It's not a big deal to me.
It doesn't matter. I really genuinely believe half of getting married is just people want to have a big celebration, like a big
I think so
party.
too.
And I
Like,
don't blame them. Like, that sounds
yeah.
fun. I just wouldn't do it legally.
I probably would like to get. Okay, I'm not gonna get into too much detail. All I'm saying is that marriage isn't off the table, but it's not. like such a priority to me like it is to a lot of other girls. No shade, no tea, no hate.
Mhm.
Like I was there at one point like where I was so obsessed with getting married and having a wedding. And I think as I've grown older, it's just not as important to me anymore. I think the actual foundation of the relationship is much more important to me than the legality, than the
Yeah,
ring.
for sure.
Like we live together, we have dogs together. Like bitch, we're pretty
Mhm.
much fucking married.
I mean, like, you could get married in, I don't know, we're in Vegas, like an hour. You could be married
Literally.
from 7 p.m. You could be not married. 9 p.m. You could be married. And what's that going to change about your relationship if you don't have a good
Exactly.
foundation and, understanding of each other?
Exactamundo. So yes, I am in a very
Woo!
happy, committed, long-term relationship. And yeah, and because we've been together for so long, literally like damn near a decade, we've just seen each other grow so much.
Mhm.
And so I feel like I have a lot to say about relationships. I'm no relationship expert by any
Yeah,
means
we're not claiming to be relationship
at
experts.
all.
We're just talking about it.
Yes. But I do feel like I've learned a lot about long-term relationships and how to
Yeah,
keep each other happy over the years. So
I
I'm
love
here.
that.
I'm happy to share some of my wisdom because I'm so fucking
Some of
smart.
my tips for you ladies who want to keep them. Anyways,
What about you?
um, I am also in a relationship. Yeah, we said that already. I've been with my partner for a year now, almost exactly. Well, we were dating before we made it official or whatever.
Mm.
So officially it'll be in April, but like we were dating before then. So it's basically been more than a year or a year. Um
That's so exciting.
yes, and we're both in our early 20s, so I feel like we're just kind of seeing how it goes, just hanging out, doing what we got to do. We're going to travel together internationally this summer for the first I
Hell
that that'll
yes.
be my first time doing that with a man. And so, yeah, that's gonna be our next big milestone. But we've just, I don't know. Yeah, we're here. Everything's good.
Are you like a lover girl? Do you love being in a relationship? Doesn't matter like who the person is, like do you just love the fact that you're in a relationship? Because you know some people really thrive being single.
Yeah, I would say yes.
Me
I
too.
I feel like even times where I've had like situationships or I guess just like random things where of that nature, I like kind of not that I necessarily always wanted it to progress into a relationship, but I did find myself, you know, wanting to experience more of like a love aspect,
Mhm.
even if it was with someone else, and
Mm.
not in that situationship. Um, but yeah, but I've also dated around kind of and been on dating apps. I want to talk about that at some point. Um, that shit is crazy,
Tea.
but
I feel like there's so many wonderful, beautiful, cathartic things about being single, but
yeah.
there's also so many great things about being in a healthy relationship.
Mhm.
You learn so much about yourself,
Yeah.
like so many things that you never even thought you would discover about
Mhm.
yourself
That's
through
very
like
true.
having someone else to witness your life with.
That's very true. Like what?
Like so many of I feel like when you're that close to somebody and they've seen you in all different states for so long,
Yeah.
especially like the longevity is the big key. They are like, I saw this one reel. It was like a clip of Susan Sarandon, and she was like, having being in a relationship or a marriage is not just about the affection, it's about having someone to witness your life. So if you
Hmm.
go through life on your own, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that,
Mhm.
but it's harder to like all the moments, special moments and qualities, they kind of are lingering in the air, but when there's someone there to witness them, they witness your life and they will make sure that it doesn't go unknown and unrecognized. And it was so beautiful. She
Oh,
said it, you got to look it up. I'm not sure what movie it was from. She said it much more eloquently than I did, but it's just having someone to kind of reflect back on all the things that you may have missed.
that's so sweet. Oh my God. I never thought about it like that.
I'll send it to you later because
Yeah,
it was just, I was like, this is so fucking beautiful.
that is beautiful.
And friendships, like you can obviously, friends and family are everything and they're so important, but they may not be as honest with you like as a partner would be.
True, because a good partner has to be.
Like I don't hold back, and my
Hmm.
boyfriend doesn't hold back. We have to
Yeah.
be like brutally honest with each other in order to make it work. And if you think about it, like other people in your life may not do that because they don't want to hurt your feelings,
Yeah,
and so they do a lot of sugarcoating. But when you're like in the nitty gritty of that relationship, they give it to you straight.
that's true.
And so that's how I feel like you learn a lot about yourself that way.
Whiskey, neat.
I'm dead. I just
Sorry, that was like such a beautiful thing. And I was like,
whiskey
whiskey,
and neat.
neat. Oh my God. I'm sorry. This doesn't have anything to do with what we have written down. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Have you heard of Temptation Island?
No, what's that?
This is a dating show. It's like a reality dating show. Um, there's a new season on Netflix, but it's been around for a long time. It's where couples will go on an island together. Um, and they get separated. So the girls go in one villa and the guys go in another villa. And the guys are surrounded by single girls and the girls are surrounded by a bunch of single guys. And this is like supposed to be a test to their relationship.
Absolutely the fuck not.
Yeah, that's what I thought you would say. What if okay,
Absolutely not.
let me okay, if you were going to be given an exorbitant amount of money, would you do it? Or if your partner was like, I really want to do this with you. And like, I don't
We would be
know.
broken up.
Okay.
If he even
Yeah.
suggested such a thing,
No, that
bitch,
would be
I'd be
crazy.
out the door. He'd be like, he'll bend over to pick something up. He'll turn around and I'll be gone.
It's a U-shaped hole in the wall.
All my
Let me
stuff is gone
let me
too.
buy you a drink real quick. I'll be right back.
Somehow, like in the span of 2 seconds, I packed up all my shit that I own and I
Priscilla?
left. And I took my
Priscilla?
dog with me too.
Yeah.
Like
Marley.
Marley, all that's left is like his dog bowl or something.
He's taking Marley for a walk, and then Marley's just off the leash. Where'd he go?
Bitch, I would be out so fast.
But
I have,
what if you're gonna be offered a big amount of money?
but I
Like
still have to be on the show.
you have to.
Like it's gonna be on TV.
They say we're gonna give you $10 million to be on this show, and it is televised, but it's 3 weeks.
No,
No,
no. $10 million sounds nice, but my dignity sounds nicer
true.
because I feel like the fact that you're on that show is because there's like a hole in your relationship.
For
Because if
sure.
not, you wouldn't need to be putting your partner to the test. And I also
Hmm.
don't want that on TV because it's just kind of
Oh
humiliating.
my god, dude! I haven't been
Yeah,
watching it, but I've been watching YouTubers react to it, and the men, some of the men cheated like so fast.
that does not surprise
It was
me.
crazy.
And like not I know people are like, "Well, why? Are you scared that your partner's going to fail?"
Mm.
No, it's just like
Yeah,
the sanctity of my relationship is too important for me to have it one like exploited like that.
yeah,
So no amount of money could make me do that, unfortunately.
that's very true. Yeah, it's really just like you can't buy my relationship.
Absolutely
That's so
not.
true.
And if you think about it, like if you're with a person long enough, the entire relationship is a test. They're
That's
gonna,
true.
if you give them the proper freedom, like they're
Mhm.
gonna go out with their friends. They're
That
gonna,
is so true. Why are they
yeah.
going on reality? Wait a minute.
I know.
Just go to like a bar.
Yeah, and we live in Vegas. Like my boyfriend has been to clubs without me sometimes. I've been to clubs without him.
Mhm.
You just the temptation is I mean, I'm never tempted. let me put this in another word.
Mhm.
What the show is trying to do, like what they're trying to get at, is already happening in everyday life when you're with a person long enough.
That's so true. Why didn't I think of that? That's so true. Like so so true.
Yeah, so I would not. Would you?
Okay, listen.
I'm listening.
For $10 million, I would consider it.
Hmm.
But that would obviously be a huge conversation between me
Mm-hmm.
and my partner. But
Do you
I
think
don't
he would go along with it?
maybe for the money. If we
You
I
guys
think we
split
would
it.
both yeah, I think we would both be like we're doing this for money. But I don't it wouldn't be my first choice.
Mm.
Like plus they're not getting paid $10 million. They're just like volunteering to go or whatever. Or maybe they get paid. I think the single people get paid, but I don't know about the couples. But I think the couples also are going on the show to like become influencers too, low key.
Mm.
Like you can get opportunities from the show. So,
Where do
yeah,
they come up with this shit?
I don't know. Apparently it's been around for a long time. And they show so I guess every night or every other night they show the couples what their partner has been doing. So like if you kind of have to like watch the person cheat. Like they show it to you. At least
Question:
some of
is
it.
there any contact between the couples
I don't
during the show?
exactly know. I think they can send videos to each other once in a while or like send I think there was like a thing with like a box. Like there's I don't know, whatever.
It's
Letters
that is
maybe?
so fucked up. Imagine like people get cheated on all the time and it's so tragic and heartbreaking. Like imagine how traumatizing that is.
Yeah.
Imagine having to watch it
Oh my
and have
god.
it like be on the internet forever.
Dude, I don't know what I would do with myself.
I
Like
mm, I
I really don't.
I wouldn't be able to recover.
I would
That's horrible.
no, me neither.
Bitch.
Around other people too that you don't know very well. Like you don't have your support system
Yeah.
there.
These shows are so fucked and the hosts are just like,
The
yeah,
host of
kiss
this
them. I got a question for you. Would you ever work with your partner? Like work at the same place as your partner?
no.
I don't want to
I don't
either.
even want to go to the gym with him. Like I'm like I just feel like I would just be so overly self-aware. Not that he makes me feel that way, but like I would do that just in my own head because I do
Mhm.
that anyways sometimes. But like I don't know, I would just feel like eyes are on me even though he probably wouldn't even be looking. Like I don't know. I would just be in my head about it, not able
Same.
to focus.
There is such a thing as spending too much time with your partner.
I will say in a relationship, your alone time is some of also the most precious time that
Mhm.
you will spend.
It is.
Like it's it's a lot easier to spend time with someone than to spend time alone, I think.
That's so true.
I feel for a lot of people, for me at least. And so, when you are actually like content at your own in your own home or whatever, just doing your own thing, I think that's really special and important. And that's time
It
like
is.
you don't you're not always going to get, if you're living with someone or if you're just spending all your time with them. So, it's those moments that I think should really be cherished by yourself.
Mhm. So real, bestie.
Thanks.
And I feel like that's overlooked,
I'm
don't
sorry.
you?
I was just going to say I feel like I have crazy vocal fry low key, so I'm going to try to be aware of that.
I didn't notice it at all.
I
See,
kind of
there you
just
go
noticed
again,
it.
being overly self-aware.
See? I can't even be with myself. Oh my god.
I think that that's really overlooked.
Yeah.
I think people think you just need to spend more and more and more and more time with your partner, and that's the key to happiness. And I beg to differ. I think, like you said, those moments alone are really, really vital and really
Mhm.
pertinent. And also spending time with your friends.
Yeah, for
Do
sure.
not neglect your friends just
Yeah.
because you enter in a relationship.
Mhm.
That is the most fucked up thing you can do for yourself in the long run and also for them. Like,
Yeah.
they're your support system. And so to just abandon them because someone else has taken precedent is kind
Hmm.
of, it's very messed up. So don't do that.
Yeah.
And they kind of ground you. Like if you have really
Yeah.
good friends, you want to spend more time with them.
Hmm.
So don't forget about your friends.
I agree. I wouldn't necessarily say like you are who you surround yourself with because everybody's going to be different, but your friends are a huge part of your life and who you are
Mhm.
and your family. And if you lose that, you're losing parts of yourself.
Oh, that's so sad to think
I know,
about.
like because you can't center your whole life around one person. Like
You
that's just
cannot.
you're not going to trust me. Been there long ago and like it's really scary to come out of that and just be like who am I and what do I like to do, you know?
That
That's
is so
it's
scary.
scary, you know. Not that I lost friends, but like I just centered a lot of myself around this person and I was, you know, I didn't get shit for it. And so um I'm good now obviously, but you know, it is really scary and it's hard
Mhm.
to if you're starting from nothing, you're like where do I go from here? So, but you know, eventually you'll find it, but just don't put yourself in that situation if possible.
Yeah. Aw, that's so, I like how you said that, like, if you lose your friends and family, like, you're dead ass losing parts of yourself.
Yeah.
So do not let that happen. And
Don't lose your friends and family, please.
please, don't let it happen, babes.
Yeah.
And also that person, depending on the situation, but a lot of times we think that this person is going to be worth it in the long run, and so
Yeah.
cutting everyone out is going to be worth it because that person's worth it.
Yeah.
And then what are you going to do when it turns out to go to shit and you pushed away all the people that cared about you? And what if the love of your life is your friends, like in Sex and the
Sex in the City.
City?
What if we're each other's soulmates? That was so
Oh,
cute.
that was everything. I still think about that all the time. There's something so beautiful about female friendships.
Mhm.
And when you find a good, real, strong one,
Mhm.
don't let it go.
Don't let it go. Maybe even start a podcast with her.
Oh, that's so
Oh, maybe we could
cute.
be each
Oh,
other's
there's
podcast
podcast.
partner. We're talking about like relationships, like dating and stuff, but
Hmm.
relationships are anybody you connect with. You form
Real.
relationships with everybody, even like coworkers and stuff like that. You have a professional relationship with them. So, I mean, we're focusing on dating and stuff, but we
Hmm.
should do one on like friendships and
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
Because friendships are so near and dear to my heart,
Yeah.
and they're really like, they're everything to me. So I would love to do that.
Yeah, totally. So we got a lot to cover with relationships, I
We
guess.
do.
So
Okay.
we have a few things that we want to talk about. So the first thing is red
Red
and
and green
green
flags.
flags. Should wait, if we only have like a few for green, should we do that first?
Yeah, I literally only have one that I can think of.
Me too. And mine isn't even like it's like bitch, what? Like
You want to start?
mine is if he likes cats.
Oh, that is a green flag.
It's a green flag, but it can be turned into a red flag, and I'll elaborate that on that in a minute.
Oh,
I
okay.
think, but I saw this was like years ago. I saw a guy talking about it on TikTok or Instagram or something about if a guy respect like if he likes cats, that means he's able to respect like a living being who wants to do their own thing because dogs are very much like about you, but cats are more they can be about you, but they're also more likely to be like just wanting to do their own thing and want their space. And so it's a green flag, I think, when a guy is able to, you know, spend his free time with a living being that's like that because chances are that's how he handles it with other people.
I love that analysis.
Yeah.
Wow. I
That's
never
how
thought
the
about it that way.
I can't remember who it was. I don't follow him or anything, but that's how he put it and I was like, "Hell yeah." So,
I love that.
definitely.
And if you think about it, like most guys are just like dog people and they're like, ugh.
Yeah.
cats. Like it's not
Yeah.
even a real pet.
Yeah.
So that's a red flag.
Mhm.
So it is a big green flag to have a man who actually respects cats and dogs alike.
Exactly. Animal lovers, period.
Yes.
But I think specifically cats because of their personalities and nature.
Hmm.
That's mine.
People who hate cats, like man or
Ew.
woman, red
Red
flag.
flag.
I love cats
Absolutely.
so much.
How
I
could you
used to
not?
not. Well, not. I never hated them. I want that
Yeah.
to be clear, but I just never grew up with cats. No one
Yeah.
in my family had cats. They were very far removed. I would just see them on
Mhm.
TV, like on Sabrina the Teenage Witch
Hey,
and
look.
stuff.
He's
Like, wow,
talking.
he can talk. Cats are cool. And then I got my first cat in like 2018-ish.
Mhm.
And I was like, wait, they're so chill.
They
Now
are.
they're so freaking cute. And now I absolutely love cats.
I want to get Olive. Where is she?
Meow.
Speaking of cats, we have a special treat for the
Here she
YouTube viewers. She's
is.
not gonna let me
Hi, mommy.
okay, she's done. This is Olive.
Olive
Olive
Garden.
Martini. We also call her Olive Garden. That's not originally what I named her, but it is her nickname. Um and that's my cat. So, since we're talking about cats, I thought, you know,
She's the best. I
yeah,
love her. She's
she
my
didn't
favorite cat.
she did not want to
Meow.
be picked up right now. She is
She's
very much, she has an attitude, but you know, love her.
diva.
She is a
A
diva.
diva. She's
My
my
favorite
favorite cat,
diva.
and my second favorite cat is Charlie, my friend Mary's cat.
Oh,
Mary, if you're listening, please pet Charlie for me because I love him dearly.
yes. And for me too, even though I have a man. Love
He's
him.
an orange cat. He's so cute. My green flag is, and I feel like it's pretty universal, is if they save the songs that you send them.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like that
So
too.
like I send lots of songs, and if like I think I sent I'm constantly sending songs to my boyfriend.
Hmm.
And most of the time I'm like, he's probably there's no way he's gonna listen to all of these.
Hmm.
And then I'll see them like in his liked songs on his
Oh.
Spotify. And that's a big green flag to me. Like it
Hmm.
just that one simple act means so much. One, you're actually listening to me. And sharing music is a big love language of mine, so that's really important. And you're thinking of me, and you actually
Hmm.
care about my interests and what I think and what I like, and you
Yeah.
want to like it too.
And it's also like that probably reminds them of you and they're listening to it in their
Yeah.
free time.
That's a big green flag
Oh,
for me.
that's so cute. That's a really good one. Unless a red flag would be if somehow you found out they sent you a playlist that they had sent to other people previously. I've done that before, but not like I made this for you. It's just like here is what my music taste is like when I'm getting to know someone.
Oh, well, that's
Like
understandable.
I made it for myself.
But imagine being like, here's a playlist that I curated
Just
just
for
for you,
you.
honey. And you sent it to
Mm-mm.
like four other girls. Oh, absolutely the
Mm-mm.
fuck not. I'd be out the door.
Mm-mm. No, literally.
I,
We
I,
shaped hole
I
in the
would go
wall.
out that same niche role. A red flag when it comes to men, I think is if they have hella followers on Instagram. Like,
Oh.
why do you as a man have 1,500 followers on Instagram?
Unless you're like a public figure or something. Or
That's
you
another red flag to me.
Oh, okay.
It's
Or
just,
like what if they own a brand or something?
I guess, I just, I feel like a man who's that active on social media has to be up to no good.
It does say something about liking the attention, and maybe we all do to a certain extent, but like, do you like the attention from other women?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the whole thing. I'm just like, why do you as a man need that many followers?
Mm-hmm.
Or if you go to their following and it's like mainly girls, oh,
Mm-hmm.
huge red flag.
I also want to say we are talking about basically like heterosexual
Yes.
relationships, so this doesn't universally apply to everybody.
Yes.
But we're just speaking from our own experience.
We've Yeah, we're speaking as the straights.
The straights are
I
speaking, and we
fear.
apologize. I'm sorry. um, yeah. No,
That's a
that's a good
red
one.
flag of mine.
That's a good one.
What about
I feel
you?
like I feel like a lot of women understandably don't like when men post pictures of themselves.
Mhm.
Like, why are you, as a man?
Why are you as a man flexing? Absolutely
No,
not.
yeah, like a shirtless photo or
It also like
something.
the feed. If the feed is all pictures of you, I'm
Yeah,
like, what
no,
are you, a diva?
I
Absolutely
know.
not.
Like, we can't have both of us
No.
just full pictures of. I mean, my feed is all myself, and I'm a
Mhm.
diva. You can't be a
Yeah.
diva.
There can only be one diva in this relationship.
Exactly, exactly. And it's not gonna be you.
It's
It's one
definitely
of
not gonna
us.
be you, honey.
So one of mine, like I was saying before, the cats thing can end up being a bad thing. I think this is my hypothesis. So I think a man, if you post pictures of your cat, I understand. But when I was on dating apps, I saw a lot of men posting pictures of their cats or like animals. And to me, I mean, I'm not saying it's like this 100% of the time, but I have a feeling that some of them did that to appear like good people or just appear like I'm so soft and caring. Look at my animal, you know what I mean? Like see, I know girls like cats or like I know that um
Of all the calculating
of
things.
all the little things you could have done
You have to be
for some.
compensating for something, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think
Yeah.
that's a pretty good one. I've never
Mhm.
even thought of that, but that's so true.
I just feel like there has been that nice guy epidemic or whatever, or like men just trying to be like, I'm just a boy. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
like Chapel Roan too.
yeah, literally, I was written by a woman. That is one of the worst things that our generation has done.
What?
That trend that was like, this man was written by a woman.
Wait, I don't know this trend. What is this?
Oh, bitch.
I've
It
never
was
heard
just
this.
a bunch of, it was mostly women doing this actually, saying, this
Girls,
guy,
get up.
girls, what are we doing? Girls, girls, what are we doing?
Girls, girls.
Girls. But it was like it was mostly women and they would say, "Oh, this like for example, like Timothy Chalamet or something. He's written by a woman.
Are you joking?
No man is written by a woman. No man is written by a woman because
That's that Victorian boy.
yeah,
that
that li-
little Victorian
that
boy.
little iron deficient Victorian boy.
He was not written by a woman.
No man was written by a woman.
Absolutely
And
not.
the same way that no woman is written by a man because we are of our own like autonomy and like we're
Species.
seriously like we are growing up in different environments, you know what I mean? Like we're
Mhm.
just growing up differently and I don't think it's fair to say like a man can treat a woman really well, but I don't think you should say like you should give random men all this credit just because on screen they play somebody who's like really soft or whatever or like they appear a certain way.
One
I
thing
think
that I'm
that's
not gonna
unhealthy.
do is give a man
Credit.
credit.
Like
That's what
when
we're
it's
not
not
gonna
due,
do.
and even if it is due, I just think it's like I think men ended up taking that and running with it and using it as a way to just be like, "Oh, see, look at me. I'm just so like I'm a little bit feminine."
Oh
And so
my
therefore you should
god.
trust me. And some of those men are actually some of the scariest, you know,
No,
who
for
just like
sure.
weaponize that. So,
I had no idea any of this was happening, and it's quite terrifying. Again, my single sisters. I'm so sorry. Da-da-da-da-da-da. What did you say last episode? All rise for the national
national
anthem.
anthem, seriously.
I'm dead.
But anyways, people don't say it as much now. I think it was kind of like a weird
Good.
trend. I know, but you just can't undo that damage. So
You can. The damage is done. I have no experience with dating apps, so does that happen often? Is there like lots of guys with holding cats in their
I
pictures?
saw quite a few. And it's like, well, I don't know. I don't want to generalize and say like all of them are doing this because they want to get girls. It's like
They're
that
like,
whole thing of like, wow, a man holding a baby is so attractive. Like, you know how people would
oh
say that? I
my,
just
the
have a
bars in
feeling
fucking hell.
I just have a feeling it's kind of like that, you
It
know?
is.
I have a feeling it's kind of like that sometimes. So that's a little bit. something I'm cautious of.
Why doesn't anyone say a woman holding a baby is attractive?
Exactly.
I
Like,
don't know. I don't get that at all.
me
A man
neither.
holding a baby is attractive.
Oh, he's capable of being nurturing. That's so rare.
I know, like,
Wow.
isn't that just the bare minimum?
It
Like, you
is.
as a human wanting to care for someone less capable than you, isn't that just like human nature? Why
You
should
would
that
think.
be
One would
something to be
think.
commended for? That's insane. The bar is
Is
in
in
hell.
hell. Yeah.
That was a good one. All right, another red flag. We have one green flag and then just the red
It's a
flags are
lot easier to
mounting.
think of red flags.
I think a big red flag is if the man only respects women that he's attracted to
Yeah.
or his mom.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot
Yes.
of men, I've noticed like a lot of men on the internet
hmm
and on those Jubilee videos,
Oh,
there a lot of those men on there only respect the women that they find attractive.
yeah.
If you're not attractive or can do anything for them in any way, they don't give a fuck about you.
I agree. Sorry. I
Like,
agree.
men who you can just tell there's little telltale signs that they don't respect women as an entirety.
Yeah, right.
They only respect a select few.
It's like you're only respecting someone that you can get something from. And so
Mhm.
it's like you're trying to butter her up or whatever.
Mhm.
Like,
Or if they only like give the time of day to pretty girls or attractive girls.
yeah.
And then girls who they don't deem as attractive, like they could care less about you or your rights.
I don't
It
understand that at
it
all.
projects itself in little ways that you kind of have to
Mm,
catch on to.
yeah. No, that's so true. That's a huge red flag for sure.
Mhm.
Like selective caring basically.
Pretty much.
My next one is bringing up being raised by women. Like the men that say I was raised around women. I have sisters. My mom is a single mom, you know what I mean? Yeah, guys who love to say I respect women. I was raised by women. I was raised around women. My aunt raised me. My single mom raised me. My sisters raised me. But then you still end up treating women like shit. So I'm not saying being raised by women is a red flag. You can be raised by women. That's not a problem, obviously, and you can't control how you're raised. But like bringing it up in order to make yourself sound like you care about women when you still do toxic things and things that a
Exactly.
lot of men who don't care about women do. Like instead of taking responsibility.
If that's your only rationale as to how you respect women, if you ask him, "How do you respect women?" "Ah, I was raised by women. What do you
Mhm.
mean? Of course I respect them."
Mhm.
Okay, so how do you
Yeah.
respect them other than the fact that you were raised by them?
Exactly.
They use
And
it as
like
like a cop out to or to like compensate for the fact or hide the fact that they don't actually really respect women.
exactly. It's like just because you were raised around women doesn't mean that you know how to treat them properly.
Mhm.
And I think in some guys' heads it's like the two are equivalent. I was raised by women and therefore I'm a feminist. It doesn't always work like that. Like just because you're familiar with women and you're familiar with how women talk and think and act doesn't mean that you care about them or respect them.
Hmm.
Not that you don't
Period.
respect your mom, but like you I don't know. A lot of them
Mhm.
end up doing just as bad stuff as the rest. So,
Period. Exclamation point.
exclamation point.
My next red flag is connecting with what you just said about respecting his mom.
I knew
If
it.
he has a overly attached relationship with his mom,
hmm
if there's some enmeshment in there
Oh, for
or if there's
sure.
signs of it, that's a huge red flag. Look, I think
hmm
there's nothing wrong with being close with your mom. Me and my mom are besties,
Yeah, same.
but it can get really problematic when there's a boy mom and he's just the relationship's a little too close for comfort
Yeah.
because he's always going to pick her over you
hmm
forever
hmm
for the rest of his life.
Excuse me. Yeah.
and then she can like meddle into your guys' relationships.
Mhm.
That not even saying that, not even if she's a toxic one.
Mhm.
Even if she's perfectly healthy, she supports you, she supports your guys' relationship, but the relationship is still too close for comfort and he has to confide in her for everything and she's his number one forever.
Mhm.
That's never going to change.
No. There's nobody there's no way you are going to be able to replace that. Nor should you want to,
Yeah.
because that's something he needs to figure out on his own with that relationship.
Hmm.
Um I totally agree. It can really just, and I feel like that ends up he ends up being influenced by her a lot when it's not what's best for your relationship sometimes, like making big decisions because
Exactly.
his mom said so instead of how you guys talked about it.
Like if we have a
Totally.
fight and you run to tell your mom,
Hello,
oh,
how old are we?
I'm
Hello.
going out that same
That
that
same hole in the
same
wall from
hole in the
earlier.
wall.
Oh my
Absolutely
god.
not.
No.
Like me and my mom, like I said, we're besties, but I'm not gonna like. There's certain things I don't share with her,
Mhm.
especially about my
Yeah.
relationships, because it's gonna change the way that she looks at my partner. I know how she
Mhm.
is. She's so overprotective of me. If
Yeah.
I tell her all the shit, like if I mean, no, there's nothing bad, but like
Yeah.
if I run to her with any little argument that we have, it's going to affect how she
Mhm.
views the relationship, which in turn will affect the relationship itself.
Exactly. Like a lot of people do have a big outside influence, and you can either let it affect you, or I mean, I don't know. I guess at a certain point sometimes it's too much to where you can't ignore it,
Hmm.
but I mean, if you just let it happen over and over again, like how do you think your partner feels?
Exactly. I think that when details are too intimate to be
Mhm.
shared with other people.
For
If it's
sure.
just something like, oh my god, he did this and it fucking annoyed me, and it's just like something is trivial, then I don't think that's as big of an issue.
Yeah, I agree.
But with boy moms, nothing's too intimate.
Oh my god. Boy
They'll tell you
moms.
everything.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's kind of similar, like being raised by women. I think a lot of men who say they were raised by women and bring it up as like a cop out are they have boy moms. I
Mm.
think they kind of just go hand in hand sometimes. And they want you to low key like be their mom too, because it's like, I love my mom. She did this and this and this for me. And then they expect you to do these things for them instead of both of you bringing stuff to the table.
It's like, where's my heart-shaped pancakes? My
Hello?
mom always made those for me.
Where's my bedtime story?
You want me to do my own laundry? But my
Eh,
mom,
she always folded my socks for me.
it's like, I don't
Mm-mm.
even know how to use the washer.
How does it wash? He like brings a laundry basket into the shower and is like, okay, I guess. And he puts a bunch of like Dove on it and he just turns on the shower.
He like washes his whites with his like the most bright red pieces of clothing he has.
All right, well, this is how they do it. This is how my mom did it, I think.
Do you have any more red flags?
I have one last one.
Go ahead, because I think that was like my last one.
My last one is he listens actively. Okay, if he is a fan of Playboy Cardi or Ken Carson,
Who's Ken
I
Carson? Who's that?
he's kind of in the same realm of music. He's another
Hmm.
rapper. They kind of make similar kind of music. Um, yeah. I just if you are
Care
a
to
Playboy
elaborate?
Cardi fan and you're a man, this is not a safe space for you because I do not trust you. I do not trust you. You're a
Hey,
red flag.
on your first date with the Playboy Cardi fan, he's like, "Do you know Playboy Cardi?"
She's so cool, dude. She listens to Cardi. Oh my
Hey, he
god.
starts milli rocking at your
Dude.
guys' date. It's like a
Ew.
really fancy restaurant.
Another red flag if he Millie rocks on your first date. Oh my
If he
god.
milli rocks at a really nice like Italian restaurant, the waiter's like, "Are you ready
Fresh
to
pepper?
order?" And he's
Uh
like,
Fresh pepper, sir? I'll come back later.
"Oh, no."
No. I just don't trust them. Like,
Mm.
I feel like that is just such like a they literally are always like, "Oh yeah." Like if a girl likes Playboy Cardi or another artist that they like, they are so quick to be like, "Oh yeah, name 5 songs." Like it's just that kind of thing where it's like they just are in love with each other and that's fine, but they're just like we're a little group and there's no girls allowed. Like a little treehouse or something.
I would argue that like Tyler the Creator fans, the boy ones, are kind of like that
Yes.
too.
Yes. There are a lot of male artists whose fans are just so insufferable because
Mm.
they just take it so seriously and I think they see that as super like masculine and they want to embody that and they see it as like super cool to just act a certain way when it's like okay well this doesn't do you think he's gonna reach out in the crowd and be like you yes you were you
Me?
asked you asked that girl you were on a date with to name 5 songs. I appreciate you. Like he's like the dick riding is
It's
crazy.
like, I'm gonna sign your dick now.
No, literally. You want me to
Yes, thank you, Cardi.
allow me?
Allow me. It's crazy. Male Travis Scott fans.
Yes, it's the same
Same.
umbrella. Same umbrella where it's like also I feel like it just especially with Travis Scott because of like the whole Astro World situation that happened, like I feel like it's a breeding this is another one that goes right along with it. Men who like to mosh. I'm sick. I'm sick of men.
Sick and tired.
Listen, I'm not gonna like sit here and shit on mosh pits because that's been a thing for forever. But I am so sick of the men. Oh, it's always men. But it just like being in a concert and where men are like just so aggressive, like not even in the mosh pit, just like in general, they're aggressive as fuck. That shit pisses me off.
That shit
It
is
gets me
so
so
annoying. Like, dude,
angry.
we're at a Khalid concert. That happened when I went to
Khalid!
I went to go
Not
see Khalid.
Khalid.
And it was like GA.
What?
And they were like they started a mosh to that one song that he has with
Young, dumb,
Marshmello.
broke in high school.
What's that song that he has with Marshmello?
Send me your
Your
location.
location.
And they're like, that's so funny.
It's so
Stop.
unnecessary. Like the
Men will mosh to anything.
anything.
Anything. It drives me
And they don't give a
insane.
like who's in there, who's
No,
the
they don't.
destruction
They
that
don't.
that they leave or who's in their way. They'll take you
Dude.
down.
No,
They
they
took
will.
me down.
They did?
Yeah, I got dragged into a mosh pit at EDC.
No, dude.
And I had to like claw my way out of there. It was so scary, guys.
Dude,
I didn't
you're
know if I
like,
was gonna make it out.
help me. Oh my god. No, that happened. I didn't get taken down, but I almost did. I was in the crowd for Knockhell Smith at Camp Flognaw, and there was this dude in the crowd. He's really big. Like he's big, he's kind of like tall and like kind of I wouldn't say buff, but he's just like stocky kind of and he was really like just he took up he was tall, you know what I mean? Um and he like somehow was able to make like a line in the crowd. He parted the crowds somehow and he just ran into people. Like he was huge just
I
running into
can't.
people
He like part of
and
the Red Sea.
no, he literally did. And people were like getting out of the way and he like somebody was getting out of the way so they wouldn't get like ran over by him basically. And they like their shoe like scraped part of my leg and it wasn't like I don't know. It hurt really bad. It hurt really bad and like
You
men
and like your lower extremities getting scraped.
dude, they hate to see me have lower extremities. Let me make it so you can't even you're so distracted by us that you can't even watch the show.
Literally. Because you're
It's
like so
so
focused on
annoying.
not being hit by anyone.
Like it's fun to jump around. It's fun to just like, you end up bumping into people, but like dude, I just am like
I'm over mosh pits at
I'm
concerts too. Especially
so
at this
over it.
age.
At
I'm
this
like,
big
bitch,
age.
I've had it.
It's
That's quite
enough.
enough. Thank you.
That's true. It is one thing to be a certain age and do it, especially like in a certain age demographic,
If you
but
are 28 years old,
28, get a
starting a
job.
mosh pit,
Get a job.
you
Take
have
that
some
energy,
reevaluating to do.
take that energy, put it into an investment
Indeed.
account. Yeah. Seriously, dude. No, I'm like, it literally makes me heated because you're ruining the experience for other people. And you don't
FR.
give a
Really, they don't give an FUCK. Forget Barbie.
like, anyways,
Oh yeah.
that was a
That's a good
tangent.
one.
Okay, so
Had a little mishap.
my phone died. So
I
we're
hope
recording on, sorry.
hopefully the quality looks the same.
Okay, the next thing we're talking about, and the last thing for this episode, because it's already pretty long, is
Love
love
languages.
languages. Love languages.
You hold it for so long. Love. Never
Never
knew
knew
what
what I
I
was
was missing.
missing.
Languages.
My love languages. Can I say all of them? Because they're all,
No, you can. You can. Because mine is also all of them.
yeah, like, okay, I wonder if it's going to become a sort of outdated thing to have a certain love language because, I mean, yes, you can have ones that are primarily your main, I don't know, interests. You can have ones that are primarily your main thing or whatever,
Mhm.
preference. But I mean, that doesn't mean that the rest should be discounted, I think.
No, for real. And I feel like you said, you may prioritize some love languages over others, but they're
Hmm.
all important.
They
And
are.
also, it's like a newfound concept, isn't it? Like a few years ago, I didn't even know what the term love languages meant.
Mm,
I had never heard of it before. So I
mm,
agree. Like, I don't know how much longer it's gonna be a thing, because they're all important.
hmm.
If you had to choose like one that's your top, which one would you pick?
Probably. That's the hardest thing to come up with.
I know.
Probably mm, quality time,
Mm,
maybe. Because if we're spending quality time together, we're probably. I feel like that kind of encompasses a couple of the other ones. Like, we're probably giving each other some kind of words of affirmation at a certain point and physically touching. So, those are like my top three, I would say. But quality time, I feel like, could include both of them.
yeah. Emphasis on quality.
Mm hmm.
Like if we're just spending time together and neither of us are putting an effort and it's not
Yeah.
like quality time, then that's not as fun. But yeah, I think
Mm.
mine is probably quality time and with a combination of acts of service. It's
Mm.
hard for me to choose between the two because they're both so important to me.
Yeah.
Like you said, quality actually like purposeful time together is really important,
Mm-hmm.
but also acts of service. So I know
Yeah.
that you're thinking about me and you care about me even when we're not together and you're doing
Yeah.
more than just being present physically with
Yeah.
me. Like you're thinking of me in other ways that you know would make me happy.
It's like hearing instead of listening, or listening instead of hearing to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if you do little things that will make my day a lot easier, I appreciate that. Like that means everything to me. That fills
Mm-hmm.
my heart up with joy.
Joy.
It
No,
really is the little
seriously.
things. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you make me a cup of coffee in the morning so I don't have to do it because you know it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna make my morning easier. I'll f***ing kiss you right now.
I'll do it. Don't make me do it. Yeah. No, it really is the little things I think that really show how much somebody cares about you because if somebody didn't care about you, they wouldn't care about the smaller things. And
Yeah.
like with my partner, he this is so like small, but I really love when he does this. He and I've told him this before. He'll like he knows I don't drink enough water. And so he has like this big ass like water bottle he always carries around with him and he'll be like I need you to drink 15 gulps or 10 gulps or whatever. And I'm like, oh, you're making sure I'm hydrated so I don't like pass out. That's so nice of you.
That's so cute.
So,
He's like,
yeah.
drop it, give me 15 gulps.
No, literally. And so, yeah, I agree. I think it's a lot of small stuff that could actually show a huge amount of care.
That's
Because,
so
like,
sweet.
yeah, it
I
means
love
they're listening
that.
to you.
It's the little
It's
things.
the little things.
Or like if you tell them a small detail about you or like your
Hmm.
childhood and they remember it and you don't even
Yeah,
think they were listening.
that's a huge
That's
one. That's
everything. My boyfriend
everything.
does that all the time. Like I'm constantly yapping. This is me all the time when I'm with him. I'm definitely more talkative than him. Um, and I forget what I say to him half the times, and then he'll be like, I'll mention it again, and he's like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you told me that. I remember."
Yeah.
Or he'll bring it up himself, and I was
Hmm.
like, "Wait, I told you that?" And then he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "You remember that small detail?"
Yeah.
And then we start making out.
Yeah. And that's how one thing leads to another. Oh, that's so cute. I love
Yes.
that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, but especially, I feel like women are just naturally better listeners. Men, if you're listening, like pay attention to all the small details, the
Pay
little anecdotes and
attention.
stories that she says and she tells
Yeah,
you.
because she's gonna appreciate it so much.
Yes.
And, um, or whoever you're dating is going to appreciate it so much.
Anything else?
I think we're done for
Done
the
for the
night.
night.
um, we said a lot today.
We
And that's
did.
not even half of the stuff we wanted to cover. We just end up going off on tangents and, getting really into stuff. So,
There's still so much that I would like to unpack in the future, like what I think keys to healthy relationships are.
yeah. I want
Um,
to go over icks and
icks.
dating apps.
Hmm.
They kind of go hand in hand, but yeah, I want to do that more in the future too.
So stay tuned. There will likely be a relationships episode part 2.
And maybe even a relationships episode part 3.
3.
Yeah, well, stick around if you liked the video. We've gotten some feedback so far that few of our listeners, our friends, feel like they're in the conversation with us, and I appreciate that so much. Like that's
We
a
love
huge
that. That's what we want.
yeah, that's like a huge goal that I feel like I wanted for this.
Me too.
And, I want people to feel like they're like on FaceTime or something with us.
Hell
Or
yes.
like,
That's the whole reason like I wanted to start this podcast.
yeah.
If 2, 3 people listen to it and they're engaged and
Yeah.
they find it fun and
You're
they
having a
feel
good
like they're here
time.
with us, that's all that matters.
And like connecting with us too. That's really important. Even if you put this on as background music when you're like cleaning your kitchen, I love stuff like that. And so I
Mm,
would love to be able to provide that for somebody.
same.
And so we appreciate anybody that's here,
Thank
anybody
you for being
that's
here.
listening, and we hope more people will join in the future. And
Maybe we can even have guests in the
I
future.
would love to do that.
That'd be so
Big
fun.
things coming, you guys.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Um so this podcast episode was very emotional.
It was. I feel like compared to the first 2, it was a little bit
We got deep. It
deeper.
was a little deep.
You got to
Um
know more of our emotional, stable, not chaotic side. I mean, we're still chaotic and delirious in this
yeah.
episode, but there's a lot of heartfelt moments.
Yeah, but don't worry, we're still gonna be drunk and sexy. At least I'm gonna be drunk.
Just gonna be
you're just gonna
sexy.
be sexy.
I'm dead.
I'm not drunk.
Guys, she was actually drunk this whole
This whole
episode.
time. No, it's just like the vibe.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. If
If you
you like
like
what
what
you
you
see
see
and
and
like
like
what
what
you
you
hear,
hear,
like
like
and
and
subscribe.
subscribe.
And
And
we'll see
see
you
you
next
next
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.